Hello, it is now 4:34 a.m. At 4:50 a.m. Will be exact 13:30 Sidereal time. So let's see what's going on in the energies right now. All right, we're gonna get started with Words of Clarity, my published deck, and see what Luster God would have me channel for our brothers and sisters of humanity at this time. Okay, Mr. Scott, thank you for delivering the most valuable message for humanity at this time. All right. What is the message I am to deliver? This message is being received at 13:30 Sidereal time on a specific date, but the message being delivered is timeless. Okay, so what you hear is timeless for you to receive. I'm downloading it. Doesn't matter when you receive it. Whenever you've aligned with this message, not if and when, but whenever you've aligned with this message is when it's perfectly designed for you by divine. And the divine knows how many people are going to be listening to this message, where they'll be at in life, what date it will be, and all that stuff. I don't need to know none of that. None of my business. My business is to make sure the message is available. So the situation now, we have reciprocation, okay? The influence in the situation. I need one card, make it clearer. One card, thank you, peace. But the influence is peace, but it's in reverse. So there's a lack of peace with someone or in yourself. Okay, let's see. The past is forgiveness. There's already been forgiveness, okay, but maybe there's no peace. Just because maybe there's no peace for somebody else, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they didn't come to peace. What you need to let go of. Oh, the present. What? How you gonna let go of the present? All right, let's see. Take it with you. What do you take with you? You take with you, communicate. What was the message? You take that message with you, okay? Oh, you got to let go of the presence. You got to take the message with you. What's the outcome? What's the silver lining? What's the outcome? Joy. Joy is here. Okay. All right. Bottom of the deck, we have love. So, because this is coming out in a 1330 Sidereal message, this is affecting a lot of people. Okay. So the situation now, you have notice in this reciprocation card, this is a grid work. So there's a visualization of reciprocation. Okay, but there's a situation here where there is not peace. In this situation, there is not peace. Okay, you've already forgiven somebody and let them go. What you need to let go of is the idea of their physical presence. That's the whole kicker right there. I heard that's the whole kicker right there is you got to let go of that idea of their physical presence. That is a challenge. We respect that. We understand that. Okay. Right. What you need to take with you is the communication. What did you learn? What did you communicate with? How did it make you a better communicator? Okay. What did you communicate? What you can take. So I just see somebody here. There, you can still communicate with their soul. You're gonna always be able to communicate with their soul, just so you know. Yeah. You already found your peace. Maybe you know somebody's going through. You could know that somebody who you actually love and who loves you is going through a hard time, but you're not physically present, and you can't be physically present. You can pray over it. You can speak to their soul. You can speak to their spirit. Okay, you can do something about it. And so there's a huge message here. Speak it to their soul, speak it to their spirit, because when it says let go of present, what this is telling me is let go of the idea of being physically present. Like sometimes you got to do that. And this is so there's a lot of people here who's going to be thinking about and or feeling about. Relationships that are not in physical connection are going to be highlighted. I heard for once to tap into that love energy and communicate it over this experience, over the relationship, to move their heart, to speak the love, to see the love, to feel the love. And the way I'm hearing this, more than just interpersonal relationships, I'm feeling this like over war zones, over travesties and tragedies and atrocities that are happening on a planet. So we have a vision of love. I just heard that I had a vision of love. So there's a vision of love. People have a vision of love, but there just hasn't been. There's an influence here of not peace, of a lack of peace, a war-like mentality, problematic, confrontational. Okay. Something big happened to create some forgiveness here already in the past. Let's dig into this with the tarot. Show me this reciprocation in the now. You have the Tower, the Two of Wands, the Eight of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. There was a falling apart, and somebody's looking at the choice that they made to move on, and now they want to work together. They want to work together. That's what I heard. Okay, in this reciprocation. Peace is in reverse, and this is the influence. Okay, what do we have? Eight of Wands, Four of Cups, Queen of Swords, Three of Cups. Something ugly has happened, okay? Somebody wasn't at peace with themselves, so how could they be at peace with you? Eight of Wands, Arrows of Love, Four of Cups. That were rejected by the Queen of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, by people's limits and boundaries. Three of Cups, joy and celebration. So there's something here about people they're not choosing peace. They were not choosing happiness. They were choosing anything else. They were limiting their boundaries. So there's this energy here about a lot of people don't know how to be happy. A lot of people don't know how to have a healthy love and relationship. A lot of people don't know how to receive and give love. People don't know how to be at fucking peace. Why? Because they've been at war their whole goddamn life. They've been fighting their whole life. So people don't know how. They've got boundaries. Oh, man, I'm suspicious of that. This motherfucker coming in being a little bit too nice. They just seem so peaceful. They just seem like everything is going so nice. Well, you know, they got to have something wrong. Mumble and grumble is what I heard. And so there's this energy here where some people, you know, a relationship that fell into place, but there was a falling apart because of a choice to walk away from a cooperative energy. Somebody really don't know what the fuck it feels like to be in a reciprocal situation. A lot of people don't know what the fuck it feels like to be in a reciprocal situation where you actually give what you get, and you get what you give. Okay, they're so used to getting caught up in situations that it's just overextending themselves, feeding into black holes and stuff like that. And so, you know, they get agitated. They get worried. They're skeptical of a good thing. Oh, that's so sad when people become so skeptical of a good thing. But that's what I'm seeing here. Is folks becoming skeptical of a good thing. So used to screwed up stuff that when they got something great, they're so skeptical of it. Don't even believe that it could be real. Like, how could this really? And so now somebody's spirit is, different ones, their spirit is getting agitated. So some people out there in our society right now are thinking about reconnecting with ones that they could have worked with, but they walked away from. And why did they walk away? Because they were agitated. They didn't know how to accept peace. Maybe now they've learned some things and they're ready to have some peace in their life. They didn't know how to have a reciprocal relationship, and maybe they're ready to learn. Okay, so now there's somebody here who's agitated because they're realizing that I'm hearing that one. Was it Bruno Mars? I'm not hearing it exactly. It was something about locked out of heaven. Okay. Damn, that water is good. All right. Let's see what's this past energy about. Somebody is already forgiven this person. Somebody is forgiven. Okay, peace is already being made. And I heard Jesus already made the sacrifice, y'all. All right. So let me see. The death card. Yeah, so something's already happened. We have the death card coming out. Somebody literally already died, and now there's, people that have boundaries up, and somebody wants to come together. After all that, okay, the strength card, the death card, the strength card, the 5 of swords, and judgment with the moon and hangman. I'm going to put those off to the side because I really only wanted 4, but they said to keep them. So death and the strength card, 5 of swords, and judgment. So you realize that something was it was an unnecessary argument. You're like, I'm not going to put myself in war. I'm not going to put myself in a battle. I like peace. I'm not finna fight with you. You just made peace. You say, okay, this is what it is. The moon and the hangman. You could have went ghost and just after seeing another perspective, maybe something, you wanted it to go differently. You argued for a minute, but you freed yourself from that argument. And there's forgiveness. There's forgiveness in there. Somebody wasn't ready. Somebody wasn't ready for what the heck was coming in. I mean, you came into somebody's life bringing huge transformation and changes. You came to this experience bringing huge transformation and changes. There's a lot of huge transformation and changes on Earth in general right now as well. A lot of huge transformation. Interesting. Okay. And part of the reason why this situation had to be released was because somebody didn't have this enlightenment. Like they were missing a certain alignment. There was too much shit they didn't understand. So this is like you could trigger the heck out of somebody because, you're just doing you, being you, saying you, doing you. But they don't have the level of emotional intelligence or spiritual awareness to really get what you mean. They're seeing it from limited perspective, old perspectives, old ways of being, old traditions. Maybe they have old beliefs, traditional religions, beliefs, something like that. But you realize that if I try to hold on to this situation, it's not healthy. It's self-sabotaging. It would be like me pretending like I don't know that I'm in the AP class and sitting in this kindergarten class right here, okay, or middle school class, or acting like I'm a high schooler when really I'm in the accelerated program. Okay, something about that. I'm not on the little yellow bus in this. I'm in the accelerated program. Okay, somebody else might have been on the little yellow bus. Somebody might have literally, okay. Let's keep going because I feel like there's a bigger message here that needs to come out. Let go of the present. Let go of the need for somebody's physical presence. That's what happened. So this is, oh man, this is telling me unconditional love. This is where, you know what, wherever it's at, wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, whoever you're with, I'm always going to love you. Okay, 7 of Wands. Yeah, 7 of Wands. Force, okay, the Wheel of Fortune. Forcing the Wheel of Fortune. Forcing the end of a cycle, okay. And the World, oh yeah, double up on that ending energy right there. And the 3 of Wands, so better could come in. Yeah, what you're letting go of is forcing presence. So that way you could force the end of this situation. Okay, listen, we're not going to force our presence. I see that that's only going to end up in an argument. Okay, so what you take with you is communicate. You take with you some words. You take with you the ability to still speak to their spirit. Anywhere where you're connected, you're still going to be connected. It's just maybe not through physical presence, right? 7 of Pentacles. investing energy wisely, tending to your own garden. 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. Okay, having everything you want and feeling blessed. Yeah, Page of Pentacles. I know what I want. I know that work needs to be done. The Devil. These triggers. So again, somebody here, what you take with you is the knowledge of what the fuck triggered the heck out of you that you need to work on, or that somebody else needs to work on. Okay. Let me see the outcome with the joy. The silver lining in this is joy. Okay, let's see more. Starting here. Have the 9 of Wands. And we're hitting the peak now. 13:30 Sidereal time. King of Wands. Or no, King of Pentacles. 9 of Wands, King of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles. And the 3 of Swords. So, and the 2 of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. So we're talking about love relationships right now, for sure. And with the Joy card, 9 of Wands, King of Pentacles, taking personal responsibility for financial standing, for learning to be independent is going to bring a lot of freedom. Learning to be independent of these need to constantly be in struggle, constantly be combative, constantly be it's like this new perspective is going to really hurt somebody, break their fucking heart, but at the end of the day, so there's something that was heard that is a whole different perspective than what somebody thought. Okay, they were oblivious to this. They were oblivious to this. They're about to find out. It could be very heartbreaking for them. But at the end of the day, this is exactly the heartbreak they need to take all those difficulties in their life and turn it into profit, turn it into their gains. Somebody's about to gain a lot. Somebody's about to get a lot of gains, increase their vibration. At the very least, they're going to be feeling a lot better, increase their finances, increase their standing, there's an increase happening, a beneficial increase, but it has to come through seeing the truth about these triggers, seeing the truth about anywhere where they feel stuck, seeing the truth about stuck words, stuck mentalities, about limited beliefs that are being spoken to or believed in, focused upon. Has to do with the way we communicate. Are you communicating stuckness and fuckery, or are you communicating joy and freedom? Somebody here is that when they heard that, they can't unhear that. So somebody here heard. Somebody here heard, like, the way you speaking is actually creating more of what you don't want. And I feel like there's no physical presence here now with that person. They're not around you no more. Y'all ain't kicking it no more. Let me say it that way. You ain't kicking it no more. But the communication, the ideas, once you hear it, you can't unhear it. It's going to be there. It's in the brain already. It's already received. Message heard. Your brain already heard it. So it's going to continue to come up. I heard every time that this person says some fuckery to another person or thinks some fuckery, they're going to remember your voice telling them, well, that's really an unhealthy speech pattern, or that's really an unhealthy thought pattern. So there's somebody who's going to realize that happening here. Now, all these people that are we're going to zoom back out, in other words. So there we were zoomed in. We were zoomed into individualistic human experiences. Now they want me to zoom out society more on a whole level. A lot of people have been looking for, wanting things to be more cooperative. And after major changes, the big revealing of Gaia's changes that came through the event in 2020 that touched the whole earth. A lot of people are still unsettled about that. Okay. A lot of people are still unsettled about that. And there is some awareness. There's now deeper awareness. It's like since that happened, we're now moving into just about 4 years away from that. Since that happened, a lot of people are starting to have more awareness and realization, like, I'm just need to focus on what I want. So there's more realization about fear and lack and limitation propaganda and worries and stress, promoting worries and stress and trying to burden people down and stick make them feel stuck in their situation, make them feel vulnerable, weak, susceptible, victimized. Okay, so people feeling victimized. Okay, but they're starting to learn a lot from feeling that way. Okay, when so this is even showing me like a lot of people learned a lot while they were stuck with themselves, that is coming out in this message. And one of the things that they're learning is that there's definitely more peace available for them. Okay, more pieces available for them is they're more discerning about what they accept, about what they communicate, about what they think about what they allow themselves to believe from propaganda, mass programming, shit like that. There's this idea here of, well, it should be better already. I heard it should be better already, but they're saying it's actually perfect where it's at, because this is a stepping stone to get to where you want to be, where society wants to be. This is a stepping stone to get there. And everything that has happened up until now were other stepping stones to lead to the stepping stone we're on today. I heard it's a setup for an excellent come up. Okay. And I see that there's a lot of people here. You got to let go of the ones that don't want to see the gift in where we're at as a society, as humanity. Um, and not to say that you can't interact with them, but you're just going to have to let them be where they're at. You can't force them to see what you see. You can't force them to understand what you understand. They're at different places of understanding because of their own limitations and doubts. Okay. There's a deep understanding of what devil energy is that's coming through for humanity right now. And fear and shame and guilt and worry and stress are all part of that devil energy, because the devil is not an entity or a being, but an energy. It's an energy of fear. And it's an energy of a lack of independent thinking. This is why that independent thinking is so important, because if the whole world is buying a sham, a farce, fear programming, propaganda, that doesn't mean you have to. And some of us are not. Okay, there are still ones that buy into it, but the fact of the matter is, more stuff is happening now. It's reaching a pinnacle. There's a pinnacle coming in where the oppression is turning into a blessing. Okay, oppression is going to turn into a blessing in some way here, because it's being recognized for what it is. The truth about things is being revealed, as the true nature of humans is being explored and revealed more and more. Or no matter which way they turn, they might turn to God, they might turn to the church, they might turn to books, they might turn to their self. A lot of people who are getting it earlier are ones who are turned inward, not outward. But even when they turn to these outside things, even where the outside resources that they're turning to are promoting the propaganda, that people are seeing through the farce, is what I'm hearing. And farce, fall like a lie. Let me look up the exact definition. One moment. And it says a comic dramatic work using buffoonery and horseplay, and typically including crude characterization and ludicrously improbable situations. Okay, so it's fake. It's playing with people. It's playing with their ideas. It's playing with so much. Um, it's playing with so much of their power. I heard The farce is to get people to act against their own best interests. A lot of realization is coming through about that. Is when they, as the people more and more begin to realize all the bullshit that's being promoted, they liberate themselves from it. They're liberating themselves from it. But in the meantime, in between time, you got to recognize there's some people that's not at peace with this new levels. There's some people that's not at peace with what's going on right now. There's some people that's not, some people is just so used to the drama and the chaos, like they literally. So interesting. I was invited over a friend's house for dinner. There's a group of us friends together, and as I listened to one of the friends talking about how she doesn't have no stress and no drama, and all these people are trying to bring it to her, and she keeps pushing it away. She keeps pushing it away. And I'm thinking, but yet here you are with a group of friends, and the only thing you want to talk about is the stress and the drama that the people are bringing to you. So in effect, because your consciousness is focused there, it's working. So people are not understanding, like, when you push it away, that means you're not going to actually bring it into your conversation when you have a group of friends and it's peace. You're not going to bring that stress over here, and you could see them agitated by it. They even get, like, if they start talking. Have you ever had a conversation with somebody who's complaining about another person, and they start talking to you like, and you did this and you did that, and they're talking to you as if you were the one that did it, and you're thinking to yourself, but hold on, I didn't do that. It's not me. But they're talking to you as if you were that one. Okay, bringing that stress into the present moment. So there's a lot of people going to be learning about what happens when they bring the stress from something that's not present into the present moment, unbeneficial to where they really want to go, unbeneficial to to where they're trying to be. Okay, so in this is saying the guidance is you just got to let them be where they're at, and they're saying that at the dinner, I did well because I didn't bring up anything. I just let the lady vent. She was venting. Venting is good, but at the same time, it's re-sparking the energy. Venting is good because you need to get it out, right? What we would encourage, if you're one of the ones who's still stuck in this mode where you got to talk about this shit because it's just too heavy on your mind to sit up here and act like it didn't happen. Okay, I get it. If that's you, do yourself a favor and make it short and sweet. If you could keep it a minute or less, that'll be more beneficial for you. Okay, because sometimes the shit is so thick and you do need to talk about it. Okay, I get that. But this long, drawn out conversations about the shit that you don't like that's happening around you ain't doing nothing but sparking it, giving it fuel in your current reality. Sparking it and giving it fuel in your current reality. Okay. All right, so that's a bigger zoomed out. They want me to zoom back in now. In love. In love, we have a situation where there was a surprise connection. There was a reciprocal relationship here. But in this reciprocal relationship, as a situation unfolds, like this person, somebody in this situation needs to walk away from outside influences, okay? There's somebody who's trying to paint a certain picture, paint a certain story over it. That it's okay for them to keep this one and keep that one. So there's like, it's almost like God is shuffling people around in somebody's life, and they're actually taking me back to a Jasmine experience where I channeled a message for her that was very important. We're talking about a girl who had major mother issues, right? And the message that came through was like, God is clearly showing you that you can replace all that with all this that you have now. And if you could do that, that's the path that you're looking for. That's the answer to your prayers. That's what you've been looking for. But she couldn't do that. She had to hold on to what was. She couldn't replace it with the new that came in for her. And I'm talking about even if it comes in with the same name, and the energy you always wanted. Sometimes people still can't see, like, when God is replacing things with something better, there's some people here that just won't let go of what just was not good for them because they don't see it. They just can't see it. And so in relationships, I see somebody here who had that opportunity to switch up for something better in their life, but they did not, because they didn't understand what was in front of them. And then I see the other person here who realizes, like, well, I'm not gonna distract myself from my path and get caught up. So connections are brought together because it's beneficial for both people. It's good for both sides of the table when these connections are brought together. But here's the thing. It can go different ways. Sometimes both people make the choices that keep them in alignment on that good path, that beneficial path, that enlightening path. And sometimes one of those two people gets afraid because they're used to sitting in chaos, drama, and stress. And so they don't choose this new option that presents itself. And then that's what severs the tie. That's what cancels it out. It's like the universe is constantly presenting. God is always giving you different ones that could work with you, but the free will still applies. These people have a choice. They could get with the program or not. And if they don't get with the program, they got to go. And that's exactly what I see has happened here. They don't get with the program. They don't want to accept the love. They don't want to be in the peace. They want to be in battle, but that battle doesn't need to exist here. And then I see another person who's like, I'm not going to allow the battle to exist here. I got to say so on whether or not I sit and embrace this battle. Okay. And so they're not. This person is not. It's interesting because if somebody decides not to accept the battle, that turns out to be their freedom. And they continue to keep raising their vibration, feeling better in life. Things keep getting better. And then the other person, eventually they're going to have to realize, eventually they're going to realize what they chose instead of what they could have chose. So for somebody, they had an opportunity likely here with you. I think that you are the one that presented the opportunity for something new in a person's life. And I feel like the other person didn't want to accept that. And, they have the realization once it's over, when it's said and done. So there's this difficult situation that happens here where, some of the ones that you're closest to, that you love the most, and you want to see them make a better change and all this stuff. If it doesn't work while you're with them, it will definitely work when you pull the fuck away. But the part of making it work when you pull the fuck away is you got to stay the fuck away. Because the minute you go back, they fall back into their old pattern. If you maintain that separation, it forces them to have to face their own energy. Because what happens when they come around and you allow them in your space and you bring these interactions into the physical plane again, you get close again, they always end up going back to who they were because you support and enable their comfort zone. Because you are a part of how they were. So if you want them to become what they are becoming because you pulled away, they learn when you're gone. That don't mean go back to them, because when you go back, they're going to go back too. Just take that as a rule. If I go back, they're going to go back too. So you find out somebody you're not attached to no more is doing better. Stay the fuck away. They're doing better because you're not there. And again, you can always talk to their spirit. You just can't talk to their ears or their eyes. Why? Because if you go back, they go back. When you go back to what you were, which is entertaining them, they go back to what they were, which is being exactly what they were when they were with you before. If you think about it like a road, right? Your paths crossed for a minute. And then you're meant to keep going in the direction that you're both heading, taking the experience and the lessons with you. For you guys to re-meet, you got to both backtrack to the same place you were before. Yeah, that's not what we want to do here. So there's somebody here, I realize like that let go needs to continue. There's no going back to the past. There's only moving forward. Because what is being taken, what is being removed will be replaced with something better down the road. but you got to keep going down the road. You're meant to keep moving forward in the way that you were meant to go. If you want to meet up with this person, you got to come back to where you were, and they got to come back to where they were. Now you're both back where you were. And what happened to all the progress that was made? It was lost. So they changed, they improved. And somebody here, they stopped drinking, they stopped doing drugs because, you left them. Good. Stay the fuck away. Do you really want them to backtrack and step back into who they used to be, back on the same bullshit? Because you literally reconnecting is backtracking for both of you. Now you end up back in the old energy again. Your paths were meant to move forward. That person is meant to move forward in sobriety. Not only bring drugs and alcohol up because the devil is here. Somebody here. There's this realization, and you could be getting news from the grapevine. So there could be some gossip, third-party people telling you, well, what had happened was, did you know she stopped drinking? We went over and she said she didn't want to have drink. We all got together and she said she wasn't drinking, or we all were doing this and she said she wasn't going to do it. Oh, wow. Okay, well, you find out about it because of somebody else. You weren't there. Maintain that distance, because that's why they're learning. And if you give them back what they had before, then they fall back into that comfort zone. They fall back into the old personality. They start doing the same shit again. That could be the cold pill that somebody got to swallow. So in this experience, what's going to start happening for a lot of people on earth is, I see this as, and this is a 1330 Sidereal message. The Sidereal time has come and passed, and we're winding down those energies right now. A lot of people are going to want to reach out to their past. They're going to miss their past. They're going to miss their person because their person is missing them. Why is their person missing them? Why is the person from your past missing you? Because you showed them something about themselves that has actually helped them to see what they need to move forward. Okay. Something you said lingered with them. But you don't need to go back into this energy again. And so a lot of people are going to have ones reaching out from their past. They could just be reaching out to tell you, oh, I wanted you to know I got clean, or, I'm sober now, or I broke up with that person. I'm no longer with my narcissist. We broke up. Okay, go ahead, restart it. You'll find out before you know it, they'll be right back up to their old ways. The reason that this person makes change is because you're not there no more. You moved forward in their life, which means there's no reason for them to come back to where it was. They got to move forward now too. They ain't got no fucking choice but to move forward, because you're not taking them back. So if you do happen to bump into this person or have an interaction with this person, it's suggested that you keep it short, sweet, to the point, and get the fuck on. The longer you linger in physical contact with this person, the easier it is for them to slip back into where they were, and you too. So in this, it is more advisable that if you got to communicate with them, you communicate with their spirit, not with their human self. You speak to their spirit. There's no physical contact necessary. Now, here's why it's hard, is because this is somebody you love. The Two of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. This is somebody you love, but you had to pull back from Four of Pentacles. You love this person, but you had to pull back your energy from them. Okay, reclaim your power from them. Two of Pentacles, you had to put some distance between you and them. You had to make a choice. Distance, okay? The Ten of Swords, because of betrayals, because of disappointment, because it was a self-betrayal. Okay, it was a deadline. It was a dead path. You knew about it. Was it a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces feminine energy here? You knew spiritually that you had to take care of you. You had to make a better choice for yourself. Okay, Seven of Swords. You knew that this person was up to some sort of deceit. This person was lying to themselves. You knew that sticking around would not be healthy for you. Okay, some of you could feel like this person was trying to manipulate you to do certain things. Okay, what you didn't know what this person was doing was distracting you from your damn path. Yeah, from your path of growth. And if you take this energy back into your life, then you have now stepped off of the path of your purpose. And so this is what I have for you for our 1330 Sidereal message. Let me get you a spiritual news card. I have no idea what's going to come out. I just know that it's going to be the message that we need the most. Lester Scott, thank you for giving a final closing message over this experience for all those who are watching. What can you reveal in regards to this situation? Thank you, thank you, thank you. One card, please. And there it is. Spirit says, the gift of fertility is upon you. Whatever you are wanting or trying to birth into your reality, Spirit is here to tell you that the time to do it is now. And this is exactly why this energy from the past will try to get you to step backwards so you can reconnect with them at this time. Why? Because it's time for you to do it now. What you're wanting or trying to birth into your reality, Spirit is telling you the time to do it is now. You got to continue to move forward. What you really want to do is it's time to do it now. And if you step back, you're out of this fertile energy, this energy of growth, this energy that can birth this into your experience. You'll be stepping back out of it. It's important for you to move forward right now because this is where breakthroughs happen for you. So don't get distracted by past energy. Don't be upset and worried about what the news has to say, what you hear on the radio forecast. I don't know where the fuck you're getting this outside information, but it's a lot of fear propaganda out there. So they're all worried about the latest strain of whatever is hit the air. We are not, because we know we are blessed, safe, and protected no matter where we stand in the skin. And we don't care what the news says. We don't care what these people say. It's not our problem if they'd allowed themselves to become a victim to whatever is going on out there. We know that we're blessed, safe, and protected, and it doesn't have to affect us. Keep that mentality because you're being in this, because they're showing me if you let yourself get contaminated by those fears, those worries, and that false propaganda, the baby won't be born healthy. They're showing me what happens when a mother takes care of her body and is healthy through her pregnancy versus somebody who's taken in all these toxic substances during her pregnancy and then the challenges that baby birth have. So in other words, don't step back into no unhealthy, toxic relationships. If they were unhealthy and toxic before and you step back into them because they changed, guess what? They're going to revert back to who they were. They just changed to get you back, to pull you back into it so you can be distracted again. So this is what I have for you at this time. Until next time, my love, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. Later, baby. And